So in Yiddish, we have an expression, "Wus kleiner der Eulen, als schöner de Simkne."
Wow.
The event is more beautiful and intimate because we are here together and small. So I want to say thank you to the Americans program at Radimus Suarez, hi Radimus, and for having the Yiddish culture events that they have for the month of May, which is amazing. And I want to thank Quay Min, who is the head of this library, and Bonnie, the assistant manager, and Roy for helping me set up, and Radimus for doing this now for almost 15 years. I've been in this library, Kew Gardens Hills Library, a Flushing Library, which has an amazing 7-foot stocking piano there. It's amazing, and I really enjoy it. So a little bit about history of Yiddish. What you're going to see here is some songs, and then I'm going to remember the composers. In a library, it's all about the written word. In theater, it's who wrote. I am nothing. We are nothing without the composers and the writers. We are just the performers. But the genius really does lie in those archives and those books and those musical scores. And then the interpreters bring their own type of genius. The Steve Stearns, who is the house. Anybody been to the Film Forum in Manhattan?
Of course.
Anybody seen a silent film? You know who's been the person playing the silent films for 41 years? Play something like A Train Was Chasing Me. Steve, for 41 years, has been the house musician at the Film Forum, and he's an amazing actor, singer, and musician, and crossword puzzle expert.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
There you go. I couldn't just say it myself. So I'm going to open with a little song that was written by Mordechai Gebiert. Now, Mordechai Gebiert was born in Krakow, Poland in 1877, and he died and was murdered by the Nazis in 1942 in Krakow, Poland. His collection of songs that he has written is a veritable lexicon of amazing Yiddish songs, from Rezele, Avremel der Mavirche, which is like Aid the Pickpocket, Kun leib Tanzen, which is Larry, let's go dance, if I were to be so free with it. It is Unser Stekel brennt, and more, and more. Un is now going to be part of my English language because I mix my English with my Yiddish. And this song, I'm not going to translate at the beginning. I'm going to translate this one in the middle. Okay, so you'll get it very quickly, but this is the Song of the Golden Ladders. Wegen dem geht der Klezmer ein Fiedel hingha und spiel mir das Lied von goldenem Land. Am Bob legt mein Baum mit Herz und Gefühl, das Liedl wir singen, der spielt bei sich. Am Bob legt mein Baum mit Herz und Gefühl, das Liedl wir singen. No spiel kannst mitspielen. Would klezmer take your fiddle in hand and play me the song of the golden land? My mother used to sing it to me long ago when I was young. When I hear it, I see her preparing that cradle. If I close my eyes, I feel her hand caressing my brow. Once a long time ago, there was a bright young boy in this gold lap. But the clock keeps ticking, so klezmer, play me that song once more, and don't make it too sad. I'd like to see her again. Und Herr, das Leben, der sei hier verstehen, Mein Mama, sie macht mir mein Wiegele greit. Ich fühl euch mein Sterben, wie da ich gehe. Sie singt mir das Liedl, wenn goldene Mann. Am Mond ist gedeiht in a goldenen Mann. A kliege ben Jufit, a schöne Brillant. Sie singt und es tick-tack, der Säge sind wie. Uns wiegen heute zieht, I believe. Sorry. Dann nimmt der Klezmer ein Fiedel in Hand und spielt mir das Leben im goldenen Land. Am Morgen bleibt mein Mama mit Herz und Gefühl, das Liedl mir singt und spielt das Bettspiel. Am Morgen bleibt mein Mama mit Herz und Gefühl, das Liedl mir singen, you spiel, spiel, spiel. And his next two songs are written by, the first one, I put them together. The first one is by Simon Tanowski from Argentina, who was the musical director for my dear colleague Shifralera, who it was my honor to perform with her the last 32 years of her life. We did many shows. We did things for the Folks Theater. We'd worked at Reston, Virginia, in Maryland, in Rockville, Maryland. I would hire her, she would hire me. And this song is very short, very brief, and then I follow it by another song. But this one is Yiddish Negina. A nigen is a two. A nigenlet is a little two. So when you play these little tunes, they're charming and they're beautiful. And Simon Tanowski put this one together, and I sing it. And then I paired it with a song by Isidore Lillian and Maurice Ralph, who were Tin Pan Alley advocates of the 1920s and 1930s, 28th Street in Manhattan, for the Yiddish songs. And that one is Yiddish Retzichazoishe. Yiddish isn't spoken. The translation is what it speaks itself, rather trippingly on the tongue, if I might borrow from Shakespeare. It is spoken by mothers and fathers to grandmothers and grandfathers to grandchildren and back again to the grandparents. Is there a better way, this lyric says, to say good Sabbath, good Shabbos in a language other than Yiddish? Doesn't sound right in British. He says, you know, you can keep all the other languages. The andere Schoipes. I'll keep Yiddish, and you can have all the other languages. So we'll start with Yiddish and Nekinema. Jiddische Neginem lachen, wenn wir singen. Jiddische Neginem lachen, es wird schön klingen. Jiddische Schön ist loppig kaum und so kein, wenn der Bayanisch spielt schön. Wir hören Steven Sturton, Lieder fit vor, sehr hoch, komm mit das vor. Die Jiddischen Neginem singen, wel hier. Doch aber Steve. Jiddische Neginem lachen, wenn wir singen. Jiddische Neginem lachen, es wird schön klingen. Jiddische Schön ist auf der Kaum so kein, wenn der Bayanisch spielt schön. Wir hören kein Wolfe. Aline bin voll, sehr hoch, kann ich das vor. Die Jiddischen Neginem singen, wel hier. Steve is clapping until ready. Isn't that beautiful too? Let's give a little thing. Oh. Yiddish redt sich a so gering. Yiddish leicht sich a auf der Zieh. Yiddish redt Mammes Tate zei des Baders, a der Rabbe brieft op goi zop dit Scharpes, Yiddish red sich a so schön. Yiddish hop op kol Häusen kein, wo starb ich le Scheunes fin andere me Kleines. Weil Yiddish red sich a so schön, so schön. Yiddish red Yiddish, in was it on der Yiddish. I keep a glee by Yiddish for oil. I keep think mashem efem in Gidu, Shalom Aleichem, und so kam auf du ben koidesh gechol. Jeden red Yiddish, klingt es doch nicht Yiddish, weil jeden red Yiddish also schön. Und Willem Afikinesh, macht es ab Yiddish. Und das Gold wird ihm verstehen. Singen Yiddish wird sich an so krieg. Yiddish reicht sich auf der Zing. Yiddish wird Mames, Tate sei des Babes. A der Rabbe krift auf Toi so kit Schabes. Yiddish redt sich a so schön. Yiddish hat doch Häuse krei. Was darf ich mich scheunes, bin andere mit Häubens. Weil Yiddish redt sich a so schön, sehr schön.
Hello. There she is. There's Sarah. Okay.
So this next song is from my favorite poet and writer in all the Yiddish literature. It isn't Shalom Aleichem, it isn't Yudlanet Peretz or Mendel and Mofesporim. Those are the three greats. It isn't Anna Margolin or Rivka Margolis. They're great also. Mine comes from Itzik Monger. Why Monger? You get a history lesson with this music concert. Because Monger had an ability to take the classic text of the Chumash or the Purim, the Megillah, which you read in Hebrew, and he would give it a modern perspective, a modern twist. He brought the sacred, the holy to the masses. Well, isn't that what, if you know a little bit about Jewish history and history, the Baal Shem Tov did? He said, let's make it accessible to the people 300 or 400 years ago. There is the Misnagdim, the Vilna Gaon. The other side of it is let's keep it very holy. I'm more of the people person. And so this one, Ein Zam, I enjoy because who had any problem with the Yiddish with my translation here, I translated 2 stanzas into English, and 2 stanzas are the original Itzik Monger. I hope that I've done it justice, and this one is, oh, well, let me tell you about Monger one more thing. Monger born in Chernovitz, 1901, he dies in Tel Aviv. It's important because it actually sets up the song. I'm sorry, he dies in Tel Aviv, 69. He lost his entire family, every single member, and every single breath, and he was the only one left alive. He had survivor's guilt. He didn't know what to do, but he was talented. He was known to take a drink to relieve some of his pain. And who can say we could ever blame a person who needed to relieve some pain when you've lost everything? In this song called Azam or Lonely, Monger explores his loneliness and his drinking through a different type of metaphor, through mice.
In his day, Chernovitz was Romania.
Yes, actually, and it goes back before that, it was the Ottoman Empire. And that's Ukraine. No one knows what fates I need. No one knows what thoughts I get. 7 mice all sound asleep, 1 mouse wide awake. 7 mice all sound asleep, 1 mouse wide awake. 7 sleeping, 1 awake, altogether 8. Far too crowded is my room, and the hour it is late. Far too crowded is my room, and the hour is late. Die Hunden kapelusch, ohne was sich geht. Wie ze geht, men spreekt vanaf, enige alleen. Wie ze geht, men spreekt vanaf, enige alleen. Steht der Schenk in Mittenmark, weht mir du jou. Kom a vessele met wijn, a vessele met gold. Kom a vessele met wijn, a vessele met gold. No one needs to ask me twice. In a wink, I'm at the bar. Lift my glass 1,000 times, drinking to my star. Lift my glass 1,000 times, drinking to my star. No one knows what things I make. No one knows what thoughts I make. 7 drunk souls sound asleep, 1 drunk wide awake. 7 drunks all sound asleep, 1 drunk wide awake. Look, 7 drunks, 2 drunks, 3 drunks. When you're drunk, du can count. Fischkieren mit der Flasch, Zellen 83. Sein Affäre Dornspiel, und sich nicht gereiht. Sein Affäre Dornspiel, und sich nicht gereiht. Die Hunden kapelusch, und etwas sich geht. Wie ze geht men spät bei Nacht, enige alleen. Wie ze geht men spät bei Nacht, enige alleen.
And away I like mine. But here's the writings of another suffering Jew, who his name was Izzy Chadek. That's what we're up to, right? Chadek? The Brelachs? Friends? Yeah. Oh. So he's born in Zembin, Russia in 1898, and he's murdered by Stalin in 1937. That is the first purge of Soviet Russian writers, intellectuals, poets, musicians. Why? One reason: they were Jews. They were expendable to him. That was his first purge. Stalin's second purge is Lubyanka prison in Moscow, August 12, 1952, where he murders more poets. Hofstede, they're not coming to me, but more and more. Why again? He murders them because they're Jews. No other reason. And he suffers. And yet, why do I like him? Because he's a fighter. He's suffering, and yet he writes a cheerful song. Here's the lyric to this song. He says, "Quick, boys and girls, everybody, let's go into a circle and let's dance. Your scarves and your shawls will fly like sails on the wind. Fiddler, flute, double bass, you start to play. Trumpets, you don't stop playing until the turnips in the garden start to sway back there. You keep playing because life is worth living here. If you sing, sing. If you dance, dance. The farmers will dance. We'll all dance. Why, there's a girl from Bolin dancing with a boy from Poltava. When the rugged chutta dance, those people from rugged chun, the hills grow greener.